Hey Marnina, it's Saturday, December 19th. Um, it's supposed to be the 18th. But basically, here's what happened. On Friday morning, I woke up at like 5:30 or 5 to drive to school at 6. Now, you know Houston traffic. It's a Friday morning, it's a weekday, and it's Houston traffic going downtown. So I expected that in order to get to my performance on time, which I had to be there at 8, that I would have to leave at about 6. As it turned out, the traffic was nothing. I got there normal time, so I'm sitting there at 6:30 in the parking lot of Moore's Music, and Bob's your uncle. I'm sitting there reading, looking for Alaska, which I finished. Anyway, that's for later. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 here in California, but my computer says 2:34. Dumb computer. Um, but anyway, um, yeah. So I got there 6:30, and my director, who was out of town, who wasn't actually at the performance with us because he already had plans to leave before we got invited to do it. Um, he calls at like 7:10, and he's like, "Hey Alex, just calling to make sure that you're getting up and getting ready to head over to the performance and make sure you're not late." And I was like, "I'm in the Moore's parking lot right now." He's like, "Oh, good. So, Bob's your uncle." God, I gotta quit saying that. But then, basically, so then I was stuck until 9 o'clock at night when the last ceremony ended. Because there was one at 9 in the morning, one at 3 in the afternoon, and one at 7 in the evening. 3 identical services, except for they were announcing different names because they split up. Like the first one was just the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and then one of them was like education and technologies and something. One of them was like natural sciences and I don't know, something else. But it was so boring. Like the first one was like, we were okay, but then the second one we're like, okay, we can't stand hearing these people talk. And by the third one, we were just like, and the people around us were like, "Why don't you care?" And we're like, "We have been here since 8 in the morning. Kill yourselves." Well, maybe we didn't say that. Maybe that's just what I was thinking. Anyway, so yeah, then I didn't get home until like 10, and I had to pack, and I think I went to bed around 12:30 or 1, and I had to get up at 5:30 to leave. But so cool story about the flight. Um, my mom and I were sitting next to each other in the second row of coach, and there's this family that had to change flights from another time, and they were originally all together. Oh, look at my neck fat. Um, there was this family. There was a family of 4, with 2 little kids. One of them was a baby, so like a lap child, so they didn't have a seat of their own. But the mom and the dad and the daughter got split up, and the daughter's like kind of a little girl. I mean, they were like across the row from each other, 2 middle seats across the row from each other. But it's a little girl. And so mom's like trying to figure out how to like switch with people so that they can be together. And finally, my mom's just like, "Alex, should we just switch with them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So then, we'd both be getting to move to the front row where there's a little bit more leg room. And then, like 2 seconds after that, like we did switch. And like 2 seconds after that, this one of the flight attendants comes and she's like, "Okay, row number 5, which is the first row of coach. There's somebody who needs to bring a dog on the airplane, so they're going to have to sit in the front row. Is there anybody willing to move back to 7E, so a window seat?" a couple rows back. Is there anybody willing to just move back there? And nobody really said anything for a few seconds, so I was just like, okay, I'll go. So I go sit back down there, and then like a minute later, another flight attendant comes. He's like, hey, who gave up their seat for the guy with the dog? And I'm like, it was me. He's like, come here, you're moving up to first class. First class is very nice. I had an omelet, potatoes. It was a small omelet, small potatoes, small, like, I don't know exactly what it was. It was good though. Some Canadian bacon, sausage, fruit, and yogurt. And then I got a delicious cookie later on. And I got to watched Half-Blood Prince a time and a half. Actually, I didn't really watch it because I was reading Looking for Alaska. So I mostly just listened to it. And then every once in a while I'd look up the screen. And like a bunch of people around me were watching G.I. Joe. And I was like, even there's Julie and Julia on there. Why wouldn't they watch that instead of G.I. Joe? I mean, I was watching Harry Potter. Well, I wasn't really watching anything. I just thought that Harry Potter would be more interesting to listen to than Julie and Julia. But, I don't know. I was mostly reading anyway. I finished with 30 minutes to go on the flight. I was going to start reading Harry Potter 1 because I'm reading that again. But, then I didn't really, I didn't want to get started when I didn't have that much time to get into it. And because that's how I do books, I have to have a good amount of time to start it, or else I can't get into the book. So I just played Pokemon, and I evolved a Slowpoke, which is good because it was at level 37. Anyway, my random fact for the day will be that. Ooh, I heard a good one. I heard a good, interesting fact too. But I don't have internet yet in here, so I don't really have any means by which to give you an interesting fact that's not about myself. So I'll just have to give you something about myself. Interesting fact about myself. In my I started collecting Beanie Babies when my dad started, he'd go out of town and he'd bring me back a Beanie Baby, a lot of time he'd come back. And, the very first one that I got was a goldfish. I think its name was Goldie or something. It was something kind of lame, but anyway. But now my favorites include that one, my bat, which my step-cousin, before she was my step-cousin, when I was in kindergarten, or no, first grade, I brought it to school one day, and she put nail polish on its head, and now it's still there, and it's ugly and smelly. And I have a pterodactyl, a hamster named Pellet. He's cute. I have a bear that's praying. His name is Hope. These are the names that they're actually given. What are some more of my favorite ones? I have a really pretty elephant. I have a lot. I have a lot. Oh my god, this video is 9 minutes. I'm cutting some of it. I wonder if it's actually going to be 9 minutes now. Probably not. But anyway, do you like this new hairdo I did right here? You like it? Should I keep it? It's good, right? Oh my god, I'm so delirious right now. I'm so sleep deprived. Whatever. Well, I'm about to leave to go see my aunt and uncle and baby cousin, and that'll be good. So, I will see you on Monday, hopefully, and then you'll see me on Tuesday, and we'll work all this out. So, stay in school, don't do drugs.